I never thought a single clumsy moment in my own kitchen would spiral into a story I'd remember for the rest of my life. It all started on a warm Thursday afternoon in Springfield, Illinois, where life usually moved slow and predictable. My name's Claire Matthews, 33, and I've lived in this quiet suburban neighborhood for the past 6 years with my husband, Daniel. We've been married for almost a decade. And while we've had our ups and downs, like any couple, I always thought I knew exactly how each day would go. Coffee in the morning, work at the local library, dinner together at 6 GOG, and maybe a short walk before bed. But the day this happened, nothing about it was ordinary. It began with the smell of lemon and rosemary filling the house. I was hosting a small dinner for my friend Megan, who I hadn't seen in months. Daniel had mentioned that his Sea Orker, Ethan, might drop by briefly to borrow some tools from the garage. I'd met Ethan a few times, tall, polite, and someone who always had a little smile that made him seem friendly but mysterious. By late afternoon, I was rushing around trying to make sure the house looked presentable. I was halfway through setting the dining table when I realized I had completely forgotten to bring in the bread rolls from the pantry. The kitchen was warm from the oven and my phone buzzed with a text from Megan saying she was running late. That's when it happened. I bent down to grab the bread basket from the bottom shelf of the pantry, humming to myself. The wooden floor creaked, and before I could straighten up, I heard the sound of someone's shoes directly behind me. Startled, I turned quickly. Ethan was standing right there holding a screwdriver and looking almost as surprised as I felt. "Sorry, Claire, didn't mean to sneak up on you," he said with a small laugh. I laughed nervously, too. "No problem. I didn't hear you come in." Daniel was out back watering the garden, so Ethan must have just walked through the side door like friends in our neighborhood often did. But there was something odd about the way the moment felt. Not inappropriate, not even close, but unexpectedly awkward. The kind of thing where you both register the odd timing and then try to play it off as normal. Ethan glanced at the basket in my hands. "That for dinner tonight?" "Yep," I replied, setting it on the counter. "I'm trying to impress Megan. She's a fantastic cook, so the pressure's on." We chatted lightly for a minute or two about recipes, hometown traditions, and how fast summer seemed to be slipping away. Then Daniel came in, drying his hands on a towel, and Ethan's face brightened. "Here's your screwdriver back. Appreciate you lending it to me," he said. The rest of the evening was normal, almost. Megan arrived, dinner went well, and we laughed until our cheeks hurt. But every so often, my mind would flicker back to that strange pantry moment. It wasn't about Ethan himself. It was about how sometimes life throws you an interaction that sticks with you, even when nothing actually happened. Over the next few weeks, I found myself paying more attention to these small moments with people in general. At the grocery store, when a stranger held the door open for me. At the library, when an elderly man thanked me for finding him a rare book. I realized that sometimes what catches us off guard isn't a big dramatic event. It's the brief, unexpected encounters that break our routine and remind us we're part of a bigger, messier human story. Daniel and I ended up inviting Ethan and his wife over for a game night later that month. We all had a great time, and that pantry moment faded into just another story I tell now. One that gets laughs because of the title. But that really just shows how everyday life can be unpredictable. Looking back, I'm grateful for it. Not because anything happened, but because it reminded me that a good life isn't always about grand adventures. Sometimes it's about bread baskets, creaky floors, and the unexpected company of someone standing right behind.